Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 870 and today's topic is ferroalloys, and ferroalloys on the basis of chemical composition is divided into carbon steels, alloy steels and very commonly known as stainless steels. These ferroalloys are iron and which contains, apart from carbon, some other elements like manganese, sulfur, phosphorus, nickel, chromium, all these, and that's why we get stainless steel, alloy steel and carbon steel. And as I have already told you that the main physical characteristic of steels are determined by the content or percentage of carbon in it. For example, if the carbon percentage is high, the ductility will be less, weldability will decrease, and also its strength will increase and its heat treatment susceptibility will increase. So directly we can say that the physical properties are mainly determined by the percentage content of carbon in the steel. And in the case of carbon steels, apart from carbon, we have manganese, sulfur and other elements, and they are going to determine the physical properties of carbon steel. So here I am discussing the ferroalloys, and on the basis of chemical composition, the ferroalloys are divided mainly into carbon steel alloy, and that is alloy steel and stainless steel. And as we know that the properties of carbon is determined by carbon, most of the properties, especially the physical property of steel. So the ferroalloys are carbon steels, alloy steels and stainless steel. Number one, role of carbon in the changes of physical properties of steels are given here. A, the hardness of steel increases with the increase in carbon content. So the hardness depends upon mainly the percentage of carbon in the steel. B, the ductility means to dry into thin wire. So ductility of steel decreases with increase in the content of carbon. If you go on increasing the percentage of carbon, its ductility property, drying into wire, will be decreased. And C, weldability, to weld with other iron will also decrease once we increase the carbon content in the steel. D, susceptibility to heat treatment. So increase with the increase in the carbon content. If you increase the carbon content, then the heat treatment susceptibility will increase. E, the tensile strength of steel increases up to 0.83% of carbon content. Number two, that is ferroalloys. And ferroalloys, according to chemical composition, these steels are divided into three important groups on the basis of composition. So A is, that is known as carbon steels, B, alloy steels, and C is stainless steels. Ferroalloy is iron so rich in some elements other than carbon is called ferroalloy. It means that other than carbon, some other elements are there like phosphorus, manganese, chromium, nickel, all these. They are known as ferroalloy. It is alloy of iron with large percentage of alloying elements. A, carbon steel. So the main element present in carbon steel are carbon, manganese, phosphorus and silicon. So once we are talking of carbon steel, means these elements are there. One is carbon, that is main constituent. Second one is manganese. Third one is phosphorus, and fourth one is silicon. This is known as carbon steel. Carbon is the principal constituent of the steel, and so greatly affects the property of steel. So A, that is carbon steels, is in continuation. The tensile strength of carbon steel increases up to 0.83% and the carbon contents, but the above this value the tensile strength decreases. So once the carbon content is up to 0.83%, then we can notice the increase of the strength, but if you increase more, then it will start decreasing rapidly. The hardness of steel increases with increase in the carbon content in carbon steel. Number 2, the carbon steels usually contains 4 elements, and these elements are manganese, sulfur, phosphorus and silicon. These 4 are the main constituent apart from carbon in the carbon steels. The surface quality increases with increase in the manganese content. So the upper surface quality of this steel is maintained by the percentage of manganese. If you increase the manganese content, the upper surface will be more resistant to corrosion and more it will be stable. The phosphorus content increases the strength as well as hardness. So once we are increasing the phosphorus content, it will increase the hardness and the strength of the steel. And sulfur content controls the brittle property. It will increase the elastic nature of the steel, and the property of brittle of that steel will be decreased by the addition of sulfur. The maximum limit of sulfur is 0.5%. B, that is your alloy steels. Addition of small amount of certain elements in the steel, certain metals in the steel such as nickel, chromium, manganese, silicon, vanadium and aluminum. So these elements, these are metal elements, when they are added in steel, that steel is called alloy steel and gives special properties on the steel considerably, altering the hardness, tensile strength, resistance to corrosion. These are all very important properties. Quality of steel will improve by the addition of these nickel, chromium, manganese, silicon, vanadium and aluminum metal elements. It will improve, and this steel, commonly known as special type of steel or special steel, it will be very much protective from corrosion damage and also expansion. Such steels are known as alloy steels or special steels. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.